Hi there, welcome. This is Wendy with loveandstampin.com. I am so excited that you're here with me today because I have some really beautiful cards for you. Today we're going to explore masking techniques and ideas and tips and tricks. So I have some masking tips and tricks to show you. There's a few different ways you can do masking, but trust me, the sky's the limit. What I'm sharing with you today is just a small amount of what you can do with masking techniques. So if you want to try masking, I do have a few suggestions for you. A great way to start is to use Post-it notes because most people have those around their house. Another really great way to start is to take regular old copy paper and use your Tombow glue, put it all over the back of it, leave it upside down, kind of smear it around and let it sit and dry. After it dries, it's tacky, but it's not going to stick to your project. So then you have masking tape. So those are a couple really cheap ways to try masking to see if it's something you want to try before you get into it. The other thing is I actually purchase masking paper. You can get it in packets like this. I got this from another stamp company through Amazon. I'll link to it below the video, but there's all kinds of masking papers out there that you can use, and they come in sheets, they can come in a roll, lots of different ways. This is also a great use for masking Post-it note tape. Again, I'll link to it below the video. So this is a really fun way to do masking. And then there is masking where you actually mask your stamps themselves. So we'll explore some of that also. But I thought it would be really fun to show you some of these ideas, show you the cards that I've made, because I really did good, guys. I did good. And before we get any further, I want to say that the color splash combo we are using today is really beautiful. And I love it. I just was inspired by like winter, Christmas, cold weather. And so here are the colors. We've got gray granite, real red, granny apple green, misty moonlight, and coastal cabana. So that is the color combination for this week. And you can obviously pick up all the supplies you see here today in my online store, except for a handful of items, and those you can get at the Amazon links below. I am an Amazon affiliate. However, it doesn't cost you any extra to purchase through my links. I just get a little kickback from Amazon. And when I say little, y'all, I mean little. But I get a little kickback from them when you purchase through my links. So anyway, let's get to stamping because everything else is boring, right? So let's just stamp and craft. And I hope that you're having an amazing Friday. Okay, so I have to say, full disclosure, first of all, I started this video on Thursday, the first part of this video where I record talking to you. And then the second part of this video, which you're seeing right now, is being recorded on Saturday. So I believe in the first part of my video, I say that you're seeing this on Friday, which you obviously are not. And I didn't get to do nearly as many masking techniques as I wanted to do because, you know, I just wanted to enjoy the holiday with my family and not be stressed about getting into the office to film videos. So I'm stealing away a few minutes here while Christmas lights are being put up and we're kind of in full-on decoration mode. And I thought I would steal away a few minutes and show you these cards. So here's the first one. I absolutely love this card. I think it's so cute. And I'm going to show you this masking technique. I used the press-on stamp set for the image here. And then I also used the warm hug stamp set. And this is a great way to stretch your supplies. This is something that I'm really trying to explore and talk more about because I feel like a lot of people use one stamp set and one die set for a card when really you can mix and match to make some really cute stuff. So I thought it would be really cute to have 2 hot cocoa mugs with this and then have this sentiment, "You're the marshmallows to my cocoa." And I also used these little steamy cup thingies coming off the top of there, so I stamped them there. And then I used the star and the heart to stamp on here after I did the coloring. But really quick, I thought I would show you how I masked this. Now, I'm not even going to do it on a piece of cardstock just because I have this handy and you'll see the technique. Now, here's the thing. Whatever you want to appear in the front is what you have to stamp first. So I've got my little image here and I'm going to show you what I mean by this. So if you want one of these coffee mugs to be in the front and one to disappear to the back, what you want to stamp first is whatever you want in the front. So I knew that I wanted this little handle here to appear in the front of the card. So I took this and then I stamped it on masking paper and I cut out a mask. And then I'm just covering it like this. And I can come in then with the mug again, same mug, no difference, and stamp again. And then when I pull this away, I've got two mugs. You just don't see this side of the cup. Now, if you wanted to see the little handle, you could do some mirror stamping here, and this could be flipped over so you see the handle over here. Really easy to accomplish. The other thing you could do, you could simply draw in a handle. It wouldn't be that difficult. So those are a couple of options. But that is how you mask two images, and you get one image to disappear to the back and one to appear to the front. Then I took and I masked both of these images like this in order to create this halo of ink around the outside. And I used my blender brush from Stampin' Up! To do that with the gray granite ink. So that's why these masks are in gray granite. But the great thing is now, and of course I can't get that back up. That's what this awesome tool comes in so handy for. So now I have these two masks, and what I like to do is I like to take whatever set I used and I like to put the masks on the inside of the set. So now if I want to do any masking with this set again, I already have masks cut and they can be reused over and over and over. Okay, so let's move to the second card, and I'm going to show you some tips with this one. This one is my favorite. This is just a Be Merry card, and I used, again, two completely different stamp sets. I used Banner Year for the sentiment here, and I used Christmas Gleaming for these holly berries, and then I also used that press-on stamp set for this to-go cup of coffee. As you can see here, I cut these masks and I cut this mask. So in order to get these to fall to the back and this to the front, I stamped this image first, then I masked it, stamped my holly berries, and then I masked those. And then I went in with my Coastal Cabana ink and created this halo. Now, when I colored these images, one of the things I did is I took my gray granite and I colored a little bit of gray granite here underneath the holly berries and underneath the cup so that it gave a little something for the cup to rest on. Now, if I had to do this all over again, I actually think I would have allowed this holly berry to come up over the top of the cup here. It was one of those things, I just tried it. It turned out very pretty. I'm happy with it, but overall, I do feel like this cup is just kind of floating a little. Oh, it bothers me a little bit. I also, when I colored the holly berries in, I left a little streak of white so that it kind of gives the illusion that these holly berries have a glimmer on them. So that is how I made that card. Okay, so the next card is a totally different technique. It's so beautiful. This is the easiest technique in the whole wide world. Basically, you take a piece of masking paper and you die cut a shape out of the center, okay? That simple. Then you're going to take that piece of masking paper and you're going to lay it down with the backing off, obviously, so it's the sticky is exposed. You're going to lay it down onto the same size piece of cardstock and stick it down. And then you just ink the center. Now on this card, I chose to use Coastal Cabana in the center and Misty Moonlight on the outer edge. and I accomplished this kind of cool halo effect. And then I stamped my sentiment so that it actually went outside of the circle. And then I colored my little walrus here, or seal, I should say, and popped him up on dimensionals coming out the other side of the circle. I also kept the length of the Whisper White cardstock 5.5 inches, but I cut it to 4 inches so that you would have the sides exposed here and just a full panel in the center. I really love how this card turned out. These are so super simple to make. I used the Freeze and Fun bundle for the little seal, and I used snowflake wishes for my sentiment and for all these little snowflakes that I added into the center here to make it almost look like it's snowing inside the circle. Now, I did have other masking ideas, but again, it was the holiday weekend. It is the holiday weekend, and I simply didn't have time to create everything I wanted to create for you, but I felt like this is a really good start. So this is a perfect start for you to start trying some masking techniques. I love like scene cards and 1-layer cards, and it's one of my favorite techniques to do. I just don't do it often enough. So it's something I'm going to be pulling out and doing more often. Now for my coloring, I want to mention that I did use the Color Splash combo, which was the Gray Granite, the Granny Apple Green, Real Red, Misty Moonlight. And because we don't have Coastal Cabana markers, I did swap out Coastal Cabana for Pool Party. But I figured that that was okay, and it's very similar in color. The tones are a little different, but it's similar. So I used Pool Party right here versus Coastal Cabana. But all 3 of my cards use the Color Splash, and in a very different way. So here we've got the Misty Moonlight and the Coastal Cabana, and then of course the red and green in the hat, and then the walrus is Gray Granite. And here I used Gray Granite as my halo and my card base, and then I colored the mugs in the other colors to bring those to life, and I kind of went for like a female and male look on my mugs. That was my goal. And then on this one, obviously you can see how I used all the colors. On the top of this lid though, I do want to mention, I just colored the very outer edges of the lid with light Gray Granite because I wanted this to appear white. So that's how I finished off my cards. I hope you love them. We are super in the thick of decorating, and I have been catching some filming of things here and there as we've gone. So I'm hoping on Tuesday to have a really fun video for you that shows some of our decorating and some of the fun things we have going on here in our home. I've really enjoyed having some downtime that hasn't been quite as rushed and stressful. And I do want to give you a really quick reminder that if you place an order with me before December 4th, you will get added to the VIP Facebook group that I have. And on December 4th, my husband and I are going to be hosting a fun live party in a VIP Facebook group, and you will get to see us. And I will also do the drawings for all 10 of the giveaways that I have going on. So to be entered to win all of those and to be part of the party and all of that, just place an order with me. Yes, I have a host code, but there's been some issues with the host codes lately, so don't worry about using it. I'll add it for you later. Just go ahead and place that order. Links are below the video for all of the products you've seen here today, and I hope you enjoyed your time with me, and I will be back next week with another color splash for sure. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.